think Cleveland's choosing here? Is it Ashton Jeanty? What do you think?
I would think you'd be looking at another trade. I'm just curious to see if they're going to pick.
They didn't.
Or if they're going
No, they're picking.
Oh, the pick is actually in. Well, Ashton Jeanty's my highest rated player, but they have a glaring tackle need. And they have other options out there. Armand Membu is out there. Kelvin Banks from Texas is out there. So that, to me, is a position they have to address.
Which I'm sure is why they were thinking they could move down, is because there's guys they could move down and get at that position of need, so probably just didn't get the value they wanted.
So we hadn't had a single trade involving a first-round draft choice from the new league year to draft night. Then we had one right off the bat with the Browns moving down to make this selection.
With the 5th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Mason Graham, defensive tackle, Michigan.
Wow, Browns fans, welcome in a Wolverine to the mix. It's Mason Graham going to Cleveland. No Travis Hunter, 2nd overall. They have 5th overall. It's Mason Graham, a terrific defensive lineman, to round out the top 5 as the new Cleveland Brown.
Yeah, he's my 4th overall player, so I love the value they're getting here. This is a guy with a wrestling background who is unbelievable against the run. You cannot move him at the point of attack. He plays with incredible leverage. And then he also flashes this ability, as he showed against Alabama, to penetrate, make his way into the backfield. Just a dominant player against the run. Pass rush-wise, I think there's more growth to come there, but he shows you in flashes when he can get on an edge and get to the half of a man that he's a load to block. But he has an unending gas tank. He plays so hard from start to finish, the beginning of the game to the end of the game, and one of the most productive, consistent players in this draft class.
When I think about the last 15 years in college football, I think of the most disruptive and impactful defensive tackles that I've seen. And Ndamukong Suh comes to mind. Nick Fairley comes to mind. At Auburn, CD, you remember those guys, obviously. And Mason Graham. I mean, he is always on his feet. He is powerful. He's got a great attitude, and he's got a tough attitude. He will walk in, and his confidence, just as a deep interior defensive lineman, will ooze to every other defender there, knowing that, hey, he's going to make the linebackers better. He's going to make the safeties better. He's going to make everybody better in that defense.
Including Myles Garrett, because that is a guy who the Browns kept. And now they add Mason Graham to that line. The Grim Reapers got some extra help.
And remember, Dalvin Tomlinson no longer there. They needed help in the interior, but go to the division they play in. Who's the most dominant team in the AFC North right now? It's the Baltimore Ravens. What do they do first, last, and always?
Run the
football with big people coming at you all the time. You've got to hold up in those circumstances, and Pittsburgh has gotten their line better. They want to get back to running the football with more consistency. This guy may show up, it looks like his shirt tails out. He may not look like the perfect specimen. When he comes out of his stance, DJ and Joel, and he shocks you with those hands, guess what? He's going to go and make a play after that.
Yeah, he's incredible in that regard. You know, there's only a few times that I can remember being in a booth and calling a game and thinking to myself, hey, the defensive tackles won the game. And they did that against Ohio State, who won the national championship. Ohio State kept trying to run the football at Kenneth Grant and Mason Graham, and Mason Graham just kept throwing their guards onto the ground and making tackles. I mean, they single-handedly won that game in Columbus.
Well, look at me when you're saying that. Look at him.
No, that's okay. In all honesty, the most important trait anybody from Cleveland wants to have in a Brown is someone who knows how to win in the state of Ohio.
Wow.
You know, and you were saying it. I'm just backing your play, Joel.
Rich is picking up what you're putting down.
I do see it. Meanwhile, you know, we were talking about
He is 4-0 against Ohio.
Thanks for that information.
I just wanted to.
Jamie Erdahl, take it away.
Mason Graham, you are a Michigan man, but did you just make nice with the state of Ohio?
I guess so. I mean, that's where my future's at. I'm going to do everything I can, you know, put Cleveland back on top.
You hang up that phone call and you know you're about to line up next to Myles Garrett every day. How does that sound?
I mean, it's such a blessing. You know, he's a fierce competitor. I want to play with guys like that. And, yeah, he's the real deal. So
congratulations, Mason.
Appreciate it.
So we were talking in mock draft world, right? Cam Ward, then Travis Hunter, then Abdul Carter, then Will Campbell, then Mason Graham.